Hey guys, Uncle Ray. Welcome to another episode of the Crypto Bellwether. I had a subscriber ask me to do a video on Constellation DAG, and I am really glad that he did. Now, I'm going to give you a look at the good and the bad, the pros and cons of this project, so that you'll have the information you need to make an informed decision. It's non-biased. Now, at the end, I'm going to tell you my thoughts. I'm going to give you my conclusion. And then we'll also take a look at the chart, and I'll tell you the outlook as well of what I expect. And I'm also going to grade the project, so stay till the end. Now, before we get into it, please hit that like button. It helps us out a lot, and we're trying to grow this community. We want you to be part of it, so subscribe and mash that notification. And at the end, let me know what you think in the comments section. Now, let's take a look. Guys, one thing I really like about this project is the full disclosure, the transparency of the team. I'm not really going to get into it. They're based out of San Francisco, but guys, every one of them have a LinkedIn portfolio or profile that you can go look at. They're really an impressive group of people. They have smart advisors. They have great partners. I mean, this is a first-class project. I haven't seen many better, if any. Now, go down, read their mission statement. I'm not really going to get into it, but one thing that they really focus on is they understand, with all the immense technology going on around the world with Web3 and blockchain, and there's an immense amount of data, and that data needs to have interoperability to be able to compute, and you need to be able to file it and organize it and interact with all the data. Well, that's their niche. Now, I'm going to give you the pros first, then we'll talk about the cons, and we'll take it from there. Now, their protocol blockchain code, I guess you would call it, is hypergraph technology. It's totally different than anything else. There's nothing else that does the same thing as far as I know. The closest thing to it is HBAR. They have a very similar thing, but it is different. Now, they're carbon neutral. Now, their transactions per second is infinity. As this project grows, it gets faster and faster, and the bigger it gets, because of the way it is secured and the way it operates, the bigger it gets, the faster it can compute. That's really, really impressive. Now, there are no fees. There are fees when you set up and actually build on top of it, which I absolutely love. Like right now, it's 250,000 DAGs to build out a node. They have staking that puts upward pressure on the token, all positive. Now, they use what they call proof of peer review. The technical name is proof of repeatable observation, PRO. Now, they claim that this is the most scalable blockchain out there. It's bigger and it's faster. Now, it's a layer 0. Now, I've heard that before, but most blockchain protocols that claim that they're layer 0, they claim it because they don't technically have a layer that they have like interoperability in between the layers. But that's not a true layer 0. This is the only blockchain, from my understanding, that is a true layer 0. Now, follow me on this. It's a little technical, but I'm going to make it as simple as possible. And if I can understand it, you probably can. But they have a layer 0 that all layer 1 set on top of. Therefore, they can communicate. It has the most amazing interoperability than any other thing out there. And I love Polkadot, I love Cosmos, but this is a whole different setup. This is a game changer. Now, I got that information from a developer So, he had to dumb it down and explain it to me. But guys, he personally told me that in his world, this is one of the most impressive projects. Now, for whatever it's worth, he also mentioned H-bar. Those have the most impressive technology that he's ever seen. And he truly told me, for whatever it's worth, that that's how most unbiased developers that understand everything feel. And he believes over time both these projects will prove themselves to be world beaters. Now, this project is one of a very few blockchains that is called Bayesian fault tolerant. And basically, in a nutshell, it is the most secure blockchain, period. Nothing else is even close from the way the developer explained it to me. Now, the token is a direct reflection of the value of the protocol. I love that. Not to talk bad about other projects, but a lot of projects, the token is indirectly valued. This token is basically represents the blockchain. If Constellation DAG does well as a blockchain, the token is going to do well, and I love that. Now, the customers and everyone have to buy from the open market to do anything with the blockchain. That's the way it should be set up. Now, there's 3.71 billion limited tokens. It has a low market cap. I love that. Right now, it's at 2.86 million, which is very low. Now, I'm not positive. I'm going to have to check that, but that's probably 286 million. I could be wrong. That's my educated guess. But either one is very, very low. I'm pretty sure it's 286 million. That's really good, guys. It gives us a lot of room to grow. Anyway, it's a decentralized community governance token. No one controls everything in the blockchain. It has to be voted on, and right now it is not 100% decentralized as far as the tokens representation, because the early backers and the foundation and the team, obviously they have a huge amount of tokens, but their goal is to move it to be totally decentralized over time. And with their governance, it's really good. No one can dump on this project because of the vesting schedule. I love that. They are in it for the right reasons. Now, when I say it's not totally decentralized, now the blockchain though itself and the data and that sits on top of it is 100% decentralized, trustless. That is awesome. Now, right now in this sector, they dominate the big data markets, and you'll understand in a minute when I show you a video. Basically, their niche is huge data, like tying in a satellite with a drone, like the military uses, autonomous cars, where there's all kinds of working things that have to talk to each other. That's their niche, and they do it in the most secure manner out there, period. Now, they have been highly vetted. Their number one customer is the U.S. Air Force. Guys, this is a serious, serious project. Now, one of the areas that they really focus on is AI and like autonomous cars. And that's just one. But if you think about where we are right now, we just say GPS. But now we have some cars that can drive themselves for a little while. Then you have like the Google car, and you have Tesla that is, pretty much starting to drive itself, and they're testing that around the world. Imagine how all that's going to be tied in. And very few blockchains can handle that kind of data. That's their niche. It is immensely impressive. And if that doesn't impress you of what I've told you, watch this video. Wait, before I start that, guys, check out these partners. Now, these are not just customers, they're actually partners. Now, when you look at those names, some of the biggest in the world of self-driving cars and stuff, you know, Ford and GM, Hyundai. But look at this. This really impresses me. Consensus, and then the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance. Basically, the Enterprise Ethereum Alliance, guys, is a group of globalists and huge Wall Street firms that got together that are supporting Ethereum. Well, they are part of this project. Guys, that is impressive. Follow the money. Follow the people with the power and follow the money. This is a big boy project. Now, another thing I want to bring to your attention is I saw Crypto Valley. Never heard that. I just assumed that Crypto Valley was a VC, and I wanted to take a look at some of the projects. Well, it's not a VC. That is the government of Switzerland, and they have a group where they fund these projects literally to advance blockchain for humanity. It is very impressive project. Anyway, guys, let's take a look.
Constellation has paved the way for emerging AV technologies to reach their true potential. As part of Mobi's connected mobility and data marketplace, Constellation has co-authored the working industry standard for secure AV data communication. Autonomous vehicles rely on connected and on-demand ecosystems that collect data and transmit it to other constituents. This involves data communication between different mobility vendors and different vehicle components. Constellation makes it possible for AVs to make decisions quickly and safely by sifting through large amounts of complex data, some 40 terabytes per 8 hours of driving. By securing the data streams through distributed ledger technology, Constellation ensures the safe operation of AVs. Constellation's DLT expands upon the current capabilities of traditional blockchains by using directed acyclic graph architecture to scale infinitely. This cryptographically secures complex data structures in contested network environments. It is a highly resilient distributed network with no single point of failure. Constellation's DLT also secures the data produced by one of the core AV components, the LiDAR sensor systems. LiDAR is an active remote sensing method for measuring distances to objects such as other cars and obstacles on the road. It creates a 3D representation of the environment around the AV. LiDAR sensors are essential for the safe operations of autonomous vehicles. LiDAR data allows AVs to make quick decisions to prevent accidents from occurring. This technological development ushers in a new chapter in Constellation's mission to drive the mainstream adoption of DLT technology.
Now, guys, like I said, that's just one area where they shine. But if you think about it, this is the first thing I thought about. I'm not a technical guy, but I know, as a project grows, the nodes have to grow. Well, every time someone adds a node to this project, that they have to buy the token. And it is so early, guys. Fast forward, just say 10 years from now. I'm guessing that 18-wheelers are driving themselves. Uber doesn't have people in them. There's no telling. Think about what's going on with the drones and the military. The world is changing, and it is so early. And I feel from watching and what I've learned about this project, especially, this is a developer that educated me on this. This is going to get the lion's share of what's out there. I mean, this is an advanced technology. I'm absolutely in love with it. Now, let's look at the rest of it and take it from there. Now, I got to go through the cons. Now, I'll be honest, guys, and I'm not shilling or anything else. When I went through this project, when I concluded, I had nothing in the cons. Absolutely nothing. Everything is positive. So I sat there and I was like, well, I could say this kind of negative or this kind of negative. But guys, just to be honest, in my opinion, the only thing that came to my mind really is it's early and they make some pretty aggressive claims. They have backed most of them up so far in their roadmap, but time will tell. When you say something that has infinite transactions per second, that's really impressive, but we're not going to know until they scale to that level. But the developer that I talked to, he has no doubt in it. He totally understands the technology. He understands what it's all about. Just to kind of tell you from what he told me, he said basically because of the way that it secures itself, that it's basically every time there's something added to the data network, that it's validated. It's kind of like people see it, right? I saw it, you saw it, he saw it, and we agree, we move forward, and it just keeps building. He said, well, the reason it can get faster and faster is because as it gets bigger, there's more people going to see it even faster. So if there's, I'll just give you an example, if 10 people witness something, well, you can go through and go, yeah, I saw it, I saw it, I saw it. Well, if 100 people witnessed it, it's even faster. And you don't have to verify all 100 to get the consensus, and it just speeds up. Now, that's the very layman's terms of it. But anyway, guys, the only cons is, in my opinion, it's really, really early. It's a young project, and they're going to have to back up their claims. But that's it, guys. Now, my conclusion is, this is an early opportunity to capitalize on AI, Web3 technology, autonomous cars. I think it's going to have a easy short-term profit. When I say short-term, I mean, say halfway through the next bull cycle, whether that's in 2 weeks, which I don't think it's going to be, or whenever. But I think we could have a pretty good run-up as soon as the next bull market turns around and everything starts. But this, in my opinion, is one of the best long-term holds that every portfolio should have at least a little bit, in my opinion, as I can't imagine where this project will be, say, in 10 years. Now, let's just look at a quick chart. Now, what I like about this chart, guys, is it's just like all the other blockchains. It's been beaten down, but at the end of middle to end of last year, it pumped really, really hard, and then it's been on the downhill just like everything else. But guys, I think, and I could be wrong, that it's going to use this as support. That should be the support level. So that's going to get us down like about 4 cents. Now, if you can buy it at 4 cents and we take out that old high, which is just under 50 cents, when you do the math, that's like a 10, 11, 12x right out of the gate. I don't see why in the next bull run, right, when the government starts printing money again and we get out of this recession, whether this recession lasts 6 weeks, 6 months, or whatever, once we get out of this, guys, I don't see why there's not a 10x sitting there waiting. Now, that being said, that's probably should happen in the, let's just say 18 months on the long end. But in the next 5, 10 years, guys, I truly believe this is going to be a world beater project. But anyway, hopefully I gave you the information you need to make an informed decision. I like this project. This is not financial advice, but I think it's a great, great project. And I'll tell you something else, guys, for whatever it's worth, and I'm not shilling either one of these, is the developer loved Constellation DAG, and he could not say enough about HBAR. And if you haven't followed along about HBAR, check my playlist. I've created a video, and I will be making plenty more, because both of these tokens, bar none, are in my top 10 tokens to stack during a recession. Again, not financial advice. Anyway, if you haven't hit that like button, go ahead and do that for us, guys. It really would be appreciated. We want you to subscribe, be part of this community, and we can move forward in the future together, keep learning, keep growing. And guys, I can't tell you how excited I am about this technology. I truly believe this is the best opportunity for any investor in the history of man. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments section. I appreciate it, guys. Take care and come back.